another location,
Right.
and pinpoint another
Even if it
location, and
wasn't a
follow the
perfect
tracks
picture.
of that car.
Exactly.
Like, okay, this car has been seen at this intersection at 2:32 a.m. The same car was seen at 2:40,
Right.
turning here, and so on and so on, and go like this. But they haven't released any vehicle.
Right.
But at the same time, Annie and Tommaso's vehicle got towed, where Nano says, oh, it's just part of procedure. But at the same time, Nancy's vehicle sits in a garage for days before her vehicle gets towed. They towed Annie and Tommaso's vehicle instantly. But if it's so-called just a matter of procedure and policy, then why didn't they tow Nancy's car at the same time they towed Annie and Tommaso's car?
Yeah, you're right. Just another Bumble or what?
Some things just don't make sense, but then it also puts me back to the Pima County Sheriff with how they handled this entire home.
You're right.
You had tape up, you released the tape.
And they got video of the, I mean, come on. That was released via video.
Yeah, but Bortak was there with the best canines we got and didn't come up with anything.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Or I don't know if it was Bortak, but Border Patrol's unit was here. They called it something else, Murky. Not
right,
Bortak.
though.
They called the other.
They
called it
Border Patrol, and the dogs.
Border Patrol was here.
And they had their dogs, too.
Yes. But also the sheriff's office is also getting criticism because they didn't have the thermal imagery chopper stuff, and they didn't do it instantly.
On Sunday.
They didn't do it instantly. So Border Patrol and them used their equipment, but it was like over 24 hours later, a significant amount of time later.
Right.
So
Failure, another Bumble.
Or they're just building a case.
They're not, right. But they're just not used to, like, even though Tucson's big, maybe they're just, this is kind of hella out of the norm. So.
Exactly. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Waiting for the next development, folks. JLR Investigates, boots on the ground outside of Nancy Guthrie's home. Welcome aboard.
Anybody sleuthing out there? Can hear me? This Criminal Network. So, I don't think Tomaso's involved, but that's just me. But the reason I jumped on is if you go to his house and Google Map it, there's a gully across right behind his house. Like, take a look at that. And then the other thing was the Pima Wash. It's a huge wash right there, and it's on the way from Nancy's to Annie's house. Although I don't think they're involved, I'm just saying, sleuths, look it up, see if you can find anything. If not, I might even go search the Pima Wash. Anyway, JLR Investigates here representing Bodyguard Criminal Network.
I'm sorry? One way. Yep. We're just waiting, folks. Waiting for this deadline to approach. Waiting for some update. Waiting to see what happens here. property, though. Just playing out with cameras. Because she lives on a hill, so you can actually get a good bird's eye view from her property. The mighty Peppa, thank you. Deadline approaching.
Alright guys, we got exactly 20 minutes left before this ransom deadline ends in exactly 20 minutes. So, I don't think there's anyone, like, I don't really do news anymore, but I figured this is interesting enough to cover, but it's a new news channel, so I don't really know who's even watching this. But the interesting thing is, like, a new development is about 20 minutes ago. All of the main, well, at least one or two, which is, you know, pretty big for what mainstream news is doing, they turned on the Guthrie family and began pointing some things out that they were probably hesitant to cover before, involving the report that initially came that spawned this whole investigation, according to the sheriff, came from a member at her church noticed that she wasn't there at church, and that caused the family to get called and notified that she's not at church. Is everything okay? And then this whole process got started, right? But then that story turns out to be kind of suspicious because her Nancy hasn't even been going to this church for years. Like, since COVID started a long time ago, she hasn't even been going to this church. She's been attending online meetings where she watches, not online meetings, she watches the live stream, right? Like a YouTube video. You know, you're not logging into it. You're not, it's not like a Zoom meeting. No one knows that Nancy would even be there or not be there. There is, like, obviously there's a chat feature in, you know, when you're watching a live stream. So maybe she always participated in the chats and that's how they noticed she wasn't there. But, well, you know, imagine you're not participating in the chat of a church live stream. That's not going to lead to, you know, someone calling the police concerned about your whereabouts within 24 hours. No way. Never going to happen. So the story seems made up from the beginning. So what really even started this investigation, right? The whole thing is kind of like a scam. At least that's what mainstream news is starting to say from the beginning. Like, it doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense, you know? And one of their family members that was present, the guy, the big tall guy with a beard, I believe that's the Nancy's daughter's husband. He was present in the first video they made in response to the ransom note, saying, you know, we will pay, and it was a really weird video, but he was there for that one. And then he has not been on any other videos that they put out. And mainstream news is saying, hey, it's really weird that this guy's disappeared. And he also, oh, by the way, lives right down the street by the Circle K. And everyone's been theorizing, like, where did she go? Because she never got, like, there was no incoming or outgoing vehicles that got captured on the stoplight camera. And it should have been. And they're starting to think that she's still on one of these properties really close to the house. So huge development there. And then obviously, as you see, I got the timer up. There's 16 minutes up before this deadline runs out. And it's pretty crazy because, you know, like, they could cover their asses, basically. The family could cover their asses and they could just pay. $6 million, like officially pay $6 million to the account that's looking for the ransom money. And they, theoretically speaking, in this, I'm not saying this is the case. This is a theory. In this theory that she has not gone missing. She's still on the property. They are the account holder for the Bitcoin transaction that will receive the $6 million. So if they pay it, it'll just be paid to themselves. So they won't lose any money. There's a little bit of a middleman broker fee. I'm assuming you lose a lot of money probably in a $6 million transfer. But anyways, I'm not a Bitcoin guy. I don't really know how that works, but I know. Anyways, so let's see if there's any reporting on this.
As it starts to get dark, people start to leave also. So I don't think anyone's going anywhere, at least till it gets dark here, because they want to see, one, if Kash Patel comes around or says something, and this deadline. Those are the two main things, the deadline and maybe a statement by the FBI director, Kash Patel.
I may or may not have a warrant. No, fuck it with you. I'd be gone if Kash Patel shows up.
Kash Patel very well could show up at a location. Or more FBI agents at any given time. The generator's off. It's a little bit more quieter. Welcome aboard, folks. Thank you for being here. I know some people have been here all.
And the other thing that the mainstream news is talking about, so you see these sheriff cars right in the background? They've been holding the jurisdiction the whole time. The FBI has not been involved, not been on scene, not made any. There's been no press conferences. These sheriffs have been, whatever the term is, they've been having the authority of the jurisdiction the whole time. So here's the thing. The mainstream news is like, well, we got to start doing polygraph tests on these family members. Guess what? This sheriff's department in the background has never done a polygraph test in their entire history. And they have the authority, they have the jurisdiction, they're running the whole operation. And this crew, that guy right there, his department, they've never ever done one polygraph test. And right now, mainstream news is really starting to get suspicious that the family is involved in this whole thing. This whole thing's a scam, and the people running it, the operation, that have the authority, have the jurisdiction, have never done a polygraph test. So now, what's going on here? Hold on.
She's giving information. She's talking about an oil leak, and he's not paying attention. We'll find out what's going on. What's going on?
I might have to back it up a little bit. It looks like it's lagging. Hold on. I don't think it's on my end.
What do you got?
Nothing really.
What were you showing him?
Well, people stated that there was a van out here for 2 days before she went missing. And I was just curious. See right here? Oil leak.
Oil leak?
So I was just curious if they followed up on any white vans,
Let me back it
construction.
up. This is important. I don't want it lagging here.
And
Okay. So what this lady's saying is, witnesses reported before she went missing that there was a van sitting right in this spot outside of the house for a couple of days before she went missing. How come we never heard about that? That's weird. And then she's like, come look at this oil leak. She's trying to get this cop to come look at this oil leak because it corroborates with the witness reports of a van being parked outside of this house for multiple days before she went missing. But you know what I smell? I smell kind of like BS here. I think they're trying to concoct, more of a witch hunt that doesn't surround the family. Because this lady here, I think she's a good friend of the family. She lives right next to him.
just curious. See right here? Oil leak.
Oil leak?
So I was just curious if they followed up on any white vans, construction workers. White van, oil leak.
Yeah, I saw you pointing there. If deputy didn't.
No comment.
No comment from the deputy.
There's also a little in here.
I'm sorry?
There's also a little in there. So, like, when the neighbors comment on that white van,
Mm-hmm.
they could also see where was that white van parked.
Gotcha.
That's all. Never know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care. All right. About that. She was pointing to the sheriff to come look at the oil. He just went in his car. He just went in his
Sheriff
car.
don't want to hear nothing.
Sheriff
Look at
just
that.
went in his car. What do you think?
There's a lead, and he's not even caring.
Sheriff's like, maybe like, nope. Not buying it. Thoughts?
What's the term for that? Where you're
Thoughts?
like
She was
negligent,
pointing out an oil leak.
or you're omissive, like when you're in action that
What do
leads
you
to
think?
like criminality.
Deadline is approaching, folks. Boots on the ground. JLR investigates out front of the home of Nancy Guthrie. And it's coming. The deadline will be here shortly. Been out here all day, multiple days. We'll continue to be out here following where the media goes, following where law enforcement goes, what they reveal, what they share, the latest on this case. We're kind of like at this lull here, and everyone wants to know what's up and what's going to happen. But out here, you get to see kind of like the scene out here. The cars come and going, the sheriff out here, where law enforcement goes, what they reveal, what they share, what happens out here, who arrives at the scene, anything and everything that's happening out here in front of the home. Got every media outlet out here pretty much. Sun is starting to go down. Got about an hour and 10 minutes or so. Sun will be down. It'll be pitch black. I'll stay on a little bit later on tonight to show you what it looks like once it gets dark. For new people in the chat, we did this a couple days ago. We were out here. I'll go get the flashlight and I'll just show you how dark it is out here. We're doing good on battery. Reception's pretty good out here. We got 53% battery with a charger, so we're good. We're not losing steam.
And the quality of this is JLR Media. JLR Investigate. What is it? Hold on. It's really important because I need to credit him. JLR Investigates. I've been following JLR for I've only been following JLR for a couple months now, maybe 2 months, 3 months, but I actually been following him every single day. And I tried to reach out to JLR. I'm assuming he's not going to see this video, but he might detect it. The fact that I'm using his content. But here's the deal: JLR is a really good guy. I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of YouTubers around the nation right now using his footage. Probably like 100%. There's a small minority of those YouTubers that are getting permission to share it, but I'm positive that the other 90% are not getting permission, and JLR is just a really good guy. This is a really important case, and he's not concerned about giving these people a copyright strike. And you know what? If he does give me a copyright strike, no hurt feelings. I got a really small channel. It's all good. It's worth it to me to report on this. I'm gonna edit the description a little bit better to credit him with the official link to his channel, etc. But I just want to say the quality of his footage is only so poor because it's so hot in where are they? Arizona? God, where are they? Arizona, I think. In the desert, guys. In the desert, it's really hot. So the second his phone gets in the sun, he's actually in the shade right now. That's why it cleared up. But this kid has been out. This JLR kid has been out in the desert for at least 72 hours now, covering this live. He's been doing lives in his studio just like I'm doing here, right? But I pretty much have like no one watching it. But JLR, he had like pretty good following, but he's always done everything from his studio, and he took a trip out to Arizona to cover this, and he went national. Like just like what a good hunch he had to go to this one. And then he's been on scene like a soldier, standing there with his tripod for like 72 hours for this national news story. Why has this gone so viral? I don't really know. man, people go missing all the time. But I guess the fact that this is an NBC news host's mother makes it viral. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get back to the story. That guy in the black shirt right there with those striped pants, he keeps coming up to JLR's camera, and he'll occasionally get interviews from that guy. He's kind of far out there. He says he's a sleuth. I don't even know what a sleuth is, but he says the wildest things.
Line is right here. It's here, folks. So that is the breaking news. So this is got now they might block it off. They might block it off from the public. So they're saying that they're going to do searches at both residences, active searches. Law enforcement, not searches. I'm sorry, I'm not going to use the word searches. An active law enforcement presence at both Guthrie's residence or whatever other residence they have.
So there's still about 4 minutes left. There's
we can expect to see an active
there's
law
4 minutes left
at Guthrie's,
technically.
Guthrie's
So like imagine
residences.
you're the I mean, it's screwed up to do this, but like, you know, if you got a countdown clock, say you're the kidnapper, right? Just picture. It's like what is it called? Whatever. Picture like, you know, a countdown timer. And, you know, it's about to run out. It hasn't actually run out yet. There's about 5 minutes left on it. Technically, according to like the official data I can get, there's exactly a little over 4 minutes left right now.
When he said across the street from them, it's a bunch of soft sand, like really, really soft sand. And he's going to go let the sheriff know right now to pass that tip along, because he's like, see him, he's going down there and he's going to talk to law enforcement. I mean, he's going to show him a picture, I think, too. He's giving him a tip. And whether they take that information, pass it along, I think it's a good tip. Soft sand. If they're saying there's going to be an active law enforcement presence around the Guthrie's homes, I would assume it's searches. It'd be searches. He has a picture, like he's showing the deputy right now a picture of soft sand, and he stuck his, it's like soft, like quicksand, like a lot of like sand, soft sand. Hey, anything and everything's possible per se, especially around the homes of the key.
So what we might get now
People,
is
it's this home.
at least this is what Nancy Guthrie just put out a video for her, saying like, we need your help now. She's speaking to you know, all of the news media out there, all of the people that are on the ground, boots on the ground outside the house and in the area, and can find their mother in any way, because this is at least the story that they're telling us, right? I don't necessarily believe it. This is what they want. The message they want to put out is we are unable to find our mother. We haven't gotten anywhere with a kidnapper and the ransom notes. We haven't gotten anywhere. Now we want everyone to help us out in any way you can to find our mother. So what I think we're going to see now is they're getting ready to do one of those massive boots on the ground searches. And the question is now this JLR kid that's on scene, whose footage I'm using right now, the question is his luck about to, like, he thought he got so lucky by going to this story, I guarantee you, even though it's been up for like 72 hours now he might have a chance to take, now I'm pretty sure he's got Starlink going to his phone. He might have a chance to go on this grid search with search and rescue teams. They might involve the public. That's what they do. They usually involve the public. They might not, because there's a lot of cactus in this area and they don't want people getting injured. It's, you know, it's kind of unstable terrain, whatever you want to call it, hard terrain to navigate. So maybe they don't involve the public, but there's a chance if JLR feels like he's not ready to go home yet. I I can see this kid volunteering for a search. We'll see. Like, that's my hope, is that this camera now goes on a search through the desert. That would be wicked, dude. I would love that.
Law enforcement is going back out. Looks like he's taking that information. He's taking that tip. Interesting. So, soft sand right around the home of Annie and Tommaso. Soft sand. Sand. So he was over there today, and he's just, sleuthing around, and he noticed the terrain. We shared the terrain too on a live a couple of the mornings ago, just showing you just around the area. But there is like these ditches and gullies and places where like water runs, and he's saying there's a bunch of soft sand. Almost like quicksand, almost like a really soft sand. You could stick your stick down and goes in. Soft sand. Dude, I personally think that's 100% possible, especially around key players' homes here. 100% possible. One, if this crime occurred, we'll just say the window of this crime was probably from dark Saturday to light Sunday morning. So what can you do in the middle of the night? No light, pitch black. There's your opportunity. There's your opportunity to do something. If there's no kidnapping.
So what are they saying? They think they buried her in quicksand?
Could be kidnapped out of your home, but I'm talking a longevity kidnapping. A longevity. You could be kidnapped out. She could have got kidnapped and taken, but instantly something happened to her. So we don't know. He's sharing that information. He's writing it down. He's writing it down on his paper. Let's go see. Let's go. Oh, no, he's leaving. He's walking away. All right, so let's get some scoop and find out what he said.
They might take that guy too on the search.
Some info about this tip.
This guy knows the area better than anyone. He's been searching. This sleuth guy's been searching for like 72
All right,
hours.
Alex, come on in. I'm going to here, spin it around.
No, go ahead.
No, come here. All right, so you went over to law enforcement. What exactly did you do?
Just let him know that I was over at Annie's house, but maybe he doesn't know their names, but he's like, who's that?
He didn't know who that was.
I don't know. If
Wow.
he's just fucking with me. Do they do that on purpose? I don't know.
So he was like acting like he didn't know.
Yeah, he's first he asked me if I was on parole or probation.
He did?
Yeah.
He asked you if you were parole probation. Why?
I don't know. They always do.
They do?
Normal.
You go give law enforcement a tip, and the first thing they ask is if you're on parole or probation?
Yeah. Then he took a call.
He
Anyway,
stereotyped you.
You feel me?
He stereotyped you, maybe.
But anyway,
That's
so-
crazy. Hey, law enforcement, I have some information I want to give you. First,
regular in
are you on
California.
probation or parole?
Oh, that's in California. That's regular.
That's crazy.
In the nice neighborhoods and the shitty neighborhoods.
Nice neighborhood. Are you on parole or probation? All right,
So-
so what happened?
So I told him that I was over at that gully across the way, and there was like a big old. I don't know if did you post a picture?
Oh, I didn't
So-
post a picture. Show your picture
Oh yeah.
and put it to the screen. So he was over there at Annie and Tommaso's home. And he didn't go on the property, on a public
Hey.
street.
And make sure you tell it.
Show it up
might be a
if you
nothing
could
burger.
go there. Might be a
My
nothing.
phone sucks.
Let me see. Hold on. Do it again.
Sorry.
Hold on. We're gonna show. It's like sand, right? It's like almost like.
Yeah, and it's like a big spot, like a body. Not to say that, but a body size. And I put a.
I don't know if you could see that, folks. Probably not. But it's just like sand.
So anyway, he's gonna send me a link.
It's gonna send you a
He said
link to send the
detective's
tip.
gonna Give me a call. So maybe I could get some info.
So we said detectives are gonna give you a call.
call, and then he said that she's gonna send me a link to send them the picture.
No, I think it's actually
You never know.
something you have to look at. It's particularly when they just put out that
right.
they're looking around the properties more or less. They're saying
And-
there's going to be activity at the Guthrie's homes. Activity, what would that be? A search.
And Savannah said,
Yeah. What'd she say?
asking for, you know what I mean?
Asking
if
for
you see
help.
anything,
If you see anything.
hey, even if it's little. That's the only reason I was like, okay, maybe I just it's a nothing. You know?
This is
But
getting
now that you
more
said that.
more and more wild.
The drone.
The drones are up. So I'm gonna spin the camera around. Good work, man. We'll see if they actually act on it. Can't believe they asked you if you're on probation or parole.
Yeah.
What if you said yes? Did you say I can't talk to you? And we won't find you credible?
I mean, my address is still in the area, but I ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do.
All right, folks. Deadline.
5?
Yeah, we missed it. We were talking. I mean, it's 5:04. Deadline is passed. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Deadline is passed.
So you think
What does
that
all
was
that mean?
Maybe that was the message and we started searching.
What does
Drones
that
are
all
up,
that
look.
mean?
Drones are up.
Drones are up. Drones are up. Probably these media outlets are going to start doing their reports. We'll stay out here and see what happens here. Maybe law enforcement comes today. We are on standby outside the home of Nancy. We'll see. That's crazy, Alex. You gonna be back tomorrow?
All right, well, that's about it for me, guys. Maybe I'll come back on live if anything happens. Definitely later tomorrow. I'll be back on. So, all right, have a good night, guys.